has largely avoided mass demolitions. Today, New York City has the largest stock of public housing in the country. Yet several developments with 2,056 apartments in New York City's Chelsea neighborhood are slated for demolition.
My name is Celina Miranda. I live in Chelsea. So I was born and raised in this community. This is the community that I know to be home. I went to John Jay College. I did have an interest in social justice and human behavior. I voted against demolition because I love my community. I think it's beautiful. It's breathtaking when you step out of the building. The trees, it looks like a forest. It's so enchanting. And living in public housing helps. It helps families, hardworking families, to make ends meet. I think everyone should be living at a 30% rate income, even outside of public housing. My mother started to get older. She started to get fragile. So presently, I take care of her. I'm her personal caretaker.
Okay, está bien.
Si quedó malo, no lo digan. I felt that from the beginning, really, that something wasn't right, but I couldn't pinpoint what it was. Demolition. That was when I started to become more active. Wait a minute, we gotta save this community. And I started to reach out to different people, starting with my neighbors.
In June of 2023, the New York City Housing Authority, along with development partners, Essence, and related companies, announced the plan to demolish the Fulton and Elliott Chelsea public housing developments in Manhattan. This proposal requires demolishing at least 18 buildings in 2 NYCHA campuses of public housing, the first public housing demolition of this magnitude to ever take place in New York City's history. Under the proposal, Fulton houses, whose 12 buildings stretch from 16th Street past 19th Street, and the Elliott Chelsea houses, whose 10 buildings run from West 25th Street to West 27th Street, are slated for demolition. To house the current public housing residents, NYCHA, Essence, and related companies have proposed building 6 towers, clearing the rest of the public land for 9 additional towers with 2,416 market rate units, 1,038 income restricted units, commercial retail, and community space. In total, the proposal calls for 15 new buildings ranging from 12 to 39 stories and requires a rezoning approval by New York City.
New York City Housing Authority announced today its plan to tear down 2 public housing complexes and build new ones for residents. The city's plans to demolish and redevelop the Fulton houses and the Chelsea Elliott houses in Manhattan. The new units will feature amenities such as heating and cooling systems that can be controlled by the tenants themselves, and also come with dishwashers and washers and dryers.
You are not here asking that your homes not be demolished. You are demanding it. I have no doubt that they will not tear down these developments under your watch. We're going to make sure that we make public housing better. We are going to make sure that the next generation can live in public housing.
NYCHA had put out a proposal which included demolition of Fulton. That proposal had a lot of backlash, a lot of pushback, and the call was for sort of us to bring residents together, bring advocates together.
So what did they do? They put together a working group
And this working group was really stacked with elected officials from the local level to the state level to the federal level.
And in 2019, they put forth a proposal on what they wanted to see that did not include demolition.
The initial proposal set at $366 million. So that's the original proposal, and there was no demolition included in that.
Getting demolished is a violation of the 2019 working group findings. It was decided that not one of our Chelsea NYCHA buildings would not be demolished. But once they decided to demolish, the working group findings was crumbled into a ball and tossed in the garbage.
The New York Times article was sort of the moment we realized not only has the number gone up to 1.5 billion, but that demolition is now the new plan.
Despite the working group rejecting demolition, in June of 2023, NYCHA justified demolition based, in part, on related companies' non-public inspections of the Fulton and Elliott Chelsea buildings. NYCHA claimed that the cost of replacing these buildings, reported as $1.5 billion, nearly equaled the cost of rehabilitation.
I can tell you as an architect that there is no reason these buildings need to be demolished. Related should never have been trusted with performing its own conditions assessment and coming up with its own self-serving renovation cost estimate, given its huge financial stake in the results. The buildings were built over 20 years by 4 different architects as 4 different projects. There is no way they would all have fatal flaws that would prevent them from being renovated.
The developers came back to the residents and they said, you know what? It's gonna cost way too much for us to rehab. It is much cheaper for us to just demolish everything and start from scratch. And so, you know what? Why don't we survey the residents and see what it is that the residents want?